My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 8. Everyone's here.
The gang's all here.
That's right. You better believe it.
Mr. Aizawa led us. He talked Kurogiri.
Imagine how great that must feel.
Heroes. That's how
For
we got
Aizawa,
here.
I mean for all of them, but...
No
Yeah,
way
we got
watch
it.
Our friend fight alone.
That was such a great delayed reward after that heart-sinking moment last time. It's just so many things at once. I mean, I think the show does a great job connecting so many elements of the beginning of the show to this season, thinking about where we started as just like kids in this exam, with a whole wide scattering of motivations, right? Money, helping family, pride, whatever, vague notions of heroism, all might worship, how kind of coalescing towards this singular whole in complete solidarity with each other. No one is here for money right now, right? They all followed their similar spark, some call to adventure, and it led them into the world and into the circumstance that shaped them into the most beautiful versions of themselves, which is simultaneously tapped into something objective that is bigger than them, but also distinct and unique to them and their individual abilities and gifts. And to have them be sent here by Aizawa, their homeroom teacher, the tough love, I'm a super realist, if you don't throw this ball real hard, you're out, Aizawa. And it all sort of makes sense now, right?
How can we possibly say that we want to be heroes if we don't stand
Wow,
up against
oh my
the
God.
worst of the worst today?
Absolutely.
You get it, right?
Yes.
That's why we are here!
Oh, they said it! They actually said it! Oh my god, this is such a long time in the making. I've been waiting for this for so long. And Mineta said it! Oh my god, I can't, I'm stunned. Never in my wildest dreams. Actually, it's exactly in my wildest dreams. This is my wildest dream coming true. Oh man, it's a lot. I'm thrilled. For my very particular taste, this is peak. I know there's probably going to be a lot of great punching later, or not, but I'm pretty happy. I mean, I could talk about this endlessly, right? This show has a way of saying things that we've heard before, and it's not really that complex on the surface, but because we've built it from the ground up, we've been here for this time and we've put in the work and it's honest, it just has so much more impact, and for the first time you start to feel like you understand what it means. Like, yes, if we are aiming for something and we want to call ourselves something, then we should perform as that thing requires us to perform. Like, if we want to be great, if we want to be good, then we have to show up and be great and be good always, even if we're never going to be perfect at it. That's the ideal, that's the vision. And it's really wonderful and great when things are going well and we can show up like that easily. It's as important, maybe even arguably more important, when it's most difficult to do so. Just to try to look at people in good faith. I think generally almost everyone in their heart of hearts wants things to be good and hopes for the best for people as sort of a default state, but then like that gets stuck on or twisted by normal human, biological, or material problems in life, right? Fear has a corruptive effect. The fight for survival has a corruptive effect. I mean, I think that's a big symbolic part of All for One's evil, right? That animalistic fight for my survival. But it's tough to always stay anchored to or centered on the highest thing. There's like creep downwards. We start with a very high aim and then our focus tends to kind of crystallize into things that are subordinate to that thing, forgetting the original goal, even when now the support of that thing leads to some places that, if you were to have looked at it from the beginning, originally, or from an outside observer's perspective, might have seemed like in opposition or contrast to the original aim. We can take this idea and apply it to any number of virtues that might ultimately kind of be circling or, forming a border around the same thing that's much harder to describe. For example, truth. If truth is the actual aim, then you always tell the truth, or at least never lie. You don't accept lies in order to support a faction that claims to be for the truth, if that makes sense. That's one layer removed. That doesn't make any sense. And yet I feel like these sort of contradictions abound. We get so used to them that they're not always easy to spot. But if you want to call yourself a hero, then you are embodying the traits of a hero, no matter what that looks like, no matter how difficult it is, no matter which road that leads you down. I think maybe one way to look at it is that virtue, heroism, whatever, it might end up being something that's more like a process. And you build these things in yourself through constant training and repetition. We apply it every time to everything so that in the most significant moment, when the worst villain that history's ever known appears, we're there to show up as heroes.
A legion of expendable bodies.
We're still on the extras thing. I think he can see it though. I think he's capable of seeing it. I think we've seen hints. And I hope he gets the full impact of it at some point.
All color and light faded from my world.
Yeah, I think this is his version of like
And
deep
no
sadness.
attack can reach the whole left by such a loss.
Yeah, so you admit it.
It's tragedy that makes one stronger. Wouldn't you agree?
You look really cool, but I don't think so, yeah.
I haven't had a life full of extremes like you're talking about. The only thing that pushes me to train and be better is the desire to keep up with the people around me.
Yeah, this is really great. Interesting, too. I sort of get where that idea comes from. It's an attempt at something really nice, which is there is just an inevitable level of suffering and tragedy to life. But the beauty of it is that we can take that and, to the best of our ability, channel it into energy or motivation or whatever, doing the best we can to make things beautiful. But there's a form of this sometimes that's like, all good things must come from pain. Back when this channel was first sort of like starting off, I got comments that were really well-meaning, I think, that were like, man, you must have had a lot of tragedy in your life to have come up with some of these ideas. Of course, as a human being, I've had the full range of human experience. In the scope of tragic backstories, like, I'm not even close. I don't necessarily think that strength or goodness comes from pain. In fact, I think it comes from goodness. Pain can be turned into it, but I think the origin of the good is the good. And that might sound like a minor difference, but I think that's a critical distinction, because what happens when those two things get conflated is that in the pursuit of trying to be good, or in the pursuit of trying to be a contributive force, we can tend to seek the negative rather than try to set ourselves and anchor ourselves to things that are really great and strong. We end up looking into the darkest corners of ourselves for something like credit. We psychoanalyze endlessly and we narrativize ourselves to have had the hardest of times, way harder than anyone else. When perhaps a better and more productive focus is like, what is actually the good I can do now? And this is crazy, but I feel like this is actually coming out in the differences in different media types. One of the reasons why I think Western media is like not as interesting anymore is because it's so focused on pain. Pain is weirdly now like the benchmark of the hero. Whereas you look at something like My Hero Academia, and no, actually the benchmark of heroism is heroism. It's not about where you came from, it's about what you're doing and what you do. And also, this is not at all mutually exclusive with sympathy. We sympathize with Shigaraki as this lost child, and we would love for him to become good. We sympathize with Toga and with Twice, we would have loved for them to have become good. But their pain doesn't make them better. They made terrible choices. I like how people are still showing up also.
I bet they'd agree that life is much better without all that tragedy.
Whoa, look who it is. Oh my god, they're working together too. Oh my god. I don't know if I can handle this. This is an overload. Who would have thought, man?
I'm coming too.
Of course, we're gonna fight side by
My
side.
friends are still giving it all they've got.
Imagine missing this. You can't. You never live it down.
Nobody should have to experience such awful things. That's the first thought I had when I heard Todoroki had taken down his brother.
But he took that and he made something beautiful out of it.
Everybody who can fight, move out!
That's so great. He does look really cool, though. He looks awesome.
So many gather before me, and yet I feel nothing. What a pity.
That sounds like a you problem, honestly. If you're not feeling something from this, man, I don't know. Like, not even anger. Honestly, I'm a little bit skeptical. I think maybe you're in shock. I mean, maybe it actually just is depression from losing Yuichi. What's the point? And there's a way of looking at it that's interesting where, even his villainy motivation, all that energy, that outpouring of dreaming towards this goal, however terrible it was, actually came from something that you could argue was really beautiful, which was a weird twisted form, but nevertheless a form of love for his brother. And with that gone, with that one fragile link to anything good, what's the point? He's just a broken man with a whole lot of power.
They're worthless scraps who can compare to All Might.
That's interesting. That's deliberate phrasing too, right? Good to see other schools represented. Oh, he's gone like full last boss mode.
Everyone stick together! We'll fight as a single group!
We're with you!
I hope Mushroom Girl actually does something. Mushroom Girl is like the only long-running hope I've had that hasn't been fulfilled. Like, I just want to see her murder someone with her spores, though that's not really heroic. I guess it's never going to happen. This is one of my favorite frames from the show, and also one that I think is unique to this show, where it's like, man, it's just a gift to be taking part in this in any way. Like, I think the default way of looking at it would be like, well, if I'm not All Might or Deku, then, it's all pointless because I'm not getting the attention. But then, like, if you're really synced into the show and its themes, you're like, man, I would kill to be like just a dude holding the camera. I would love to be Mushroom Girl. If I could just land one blow, if I can trace the outcome of this to myself as a node in this web, I mean, that would just be the event of my life. Who among us who likes this show or this genre of show wouldn't be satisfied just being a player in this fight right now? But it's cool because from there, you're like, well, actually, I am, or I could be, because the big battle, the event is life. It's the world. It's society. And it does have real stakes and it does have real significance. It's just not made as narratively clear to us as it is in a show like My Hero Academia. And so in the actual really important battle, we do have that significance. We do have the ability to play a part in a really good way. It will just require goodness of us, given our respective unique situation and roles, and gifts and talents, etc.
It's gone. The successor's quirks are. But for a brief period of time, I wielded that accumulated power.
For a brief moment in time, he was the most powerful man in the universe.
There's still an ember of it left.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
As long as that remains, I won't stop.
There's a fire inside of me.
I've got meds and bandages. Also, something to keep you warm.
Supplies?
Oh no, is it the t-shirt? Oh no, I made fun of that last
From
episode.
the evacuees.
It's important. Speaking of roles,
From the Series 5 collection.
and he knows the t-shirt. And it's a symbol. It's a symbol of All Might
Let's
in
move.
material form. Aw,
We have to rely on your strength.
we are truly sparkling today.
We're all fighting at your side, mon ami.
We are.
Take him down!
Thanks for the shirt, man. For real. No small parts to play.
Don't stop!
He's fine. He'll be fine. We will never stop sparkling. Twinkling?
Warpan! Shirakumo, Yuka!
Wait, what just happened? He's melting? He's all alone. But I mean, come on. Come on. You can't do anything bad now. You can't betray Aizawa. Not after he came to your aid. How he never stopped believing in you through everything. Yes, and the ultimate quirk returns. Gun.
Your numbers do not give you an edge.
He is skilled, yeah. He's got a lot of power. Who just caught it?
Went into light beam.
Wow. Oh my god, she just became like the most overpowered character. Just the gift that keeps on giving. Who would have thought? You know, again, no small roles. I think the metaphor there is like, you don't even actually know what your power is yet. I think there are these gifts that we all have, these things that they seem useless, but if you follow those instincts in the right way and you practice them because it feels right, they often have a way of bearing fruit. Sometimes you see these people who are successes and it's like, wow, what an overnight success. And it's like, actually, the thing they have to offer is something that was unique to them and they practiced it without even knowing what it was yet for their whole lives up to this point. Our lives are the intersection of us and the world, and so there's some level of circumstance to it, but we don't know the full range yet of like what happens when our gifts are maximally developed, our unique special contributions over time, given all the inputs we're going to get and all the situations we're going to find ourselves in. Like, at no point did I ever expect Invisible Girl to have this much of a contribution. I mean, she was invisible, literally and figuratively. I was passing judgment on her quirk the way she was passing judgment on people's rooms, but how far we've all come since then.
Electromagnetic railgun.
Oh, yeah!
I like how these two ended up forming a team.
You're through hurting people.
Did they just take that blast? Trust in them.
Keep going!
Oh, they're all launching him one by one.
My girl!
Nice grab, Golden.
Yeah, imagine watching your sister doing this. My god, your family members.
Can still help you get closer.
This is like physically that vertical lineage. That chain, that link. Oh, nice.
That's A. Mina.
Where's, there's someone missing from this.
Plug in. On it.
Let's give up!
Oh, this is a great team too. Damn.
It's all you.
Oh man, oh man. I wonder if Bakugo will show up. There he is. I was waiting for him to step up next to Kirishima. Also interesting pairing. A lot of cool things coming out in this final fight. For Mineta.
Why won't they die?
Yeah, so why
Broken wills.
won't
Barely
they give
there.
up?
Yet that look on their faces.
Again, and it's Mineta again.
I see now.
Do you?
That's it.
Oh, the cracks are forming, literally and figuratively.
The keys. Your weakness.
Go on, lad.
Oh man, Gentle Criminal with the assist.
It's something All Might didn't have. The strength of weakness.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if it's deliberate or coincidental, but especially recently, there's what seems to be some overlap between this show and some of the messages of Christianity. One of the most obvious ones being self-sacrifice. The beauty now has finally arrived at the individual level. We are now worthy, we are redeemed, but salvation for humanity comes from everyone sort of witnessing this and taking that mantle. The flip side of that is responsibility. You know, it comes down to us. And now here, there's another idea of blessed are the meek. It's not actually weakness, right? Like, if we're gonna call Deku weak, it's a very specific meaning of weak. And actually, the trap of this is what I was speaking to earlier, and I think that All For One was sort of going down the wrong track on, of it's pain that makes you strong, because actual goodness is difficult. We end up misinterpreting this whole like the weak are better thing, and we try to make ourselves weak, which is counterproductive to strength, which is the tool by which we would pursue goodness. But nevertheless, I agree with what All For One is saying, and I think it's something like Deku is human. There's no illusion of a perfect, golden, flawless god among men. That was well-intentioned and the right tool for the time, but that ultimately was not the full truth. And it was through the ways in which that was a lie that society unraveled to this point. That was the Achilles heel through which All For One and the League of Villains were able to enter. Deku is weak in that he is flesh and blood, and he is vulnerable and is weaker in that he has a more difficult job because he will sacrifice his flesh and blood to the most extreme that it can be sacrificed for other flesh and blood humans. This is maybe the climax to this thematic idea, which the show has been developing clarity on. For example, last episode with Kaminari saying, am I a terrible person because I don't have full faith that Deku's going to pull this off? And the answer is not at all. You're just being hit with the significance of it and the reality of it for the first time. And yet, this is where the strength comes in. Given just the full raw reality of how difficult things are and how dangerous things are, and the stakes and the significance of people's lives and the unbelievable weight of this cross, you choose to pick it up because that's what it means to be a hero.
Yes. It makes these ants rise again and again.
Who? Wait. Wait, is that Ida? He looks so different. So different. He looks like such a hero, man. He looks so cool. Wait, is it Ingenium or is it Ida? Man, maybe this is actually a really cool character moment for Ida, who he has the same hero name as his brother, right? And that was his entry point. How can I ever fill my brother's shoes? Now he has, but of course, it's so much more than that. Also, I love these two, man. I love Ida and Deku. Ida has aged like 40 years in a day.
They won't bow out as long as you're still trying.
Oh man, you're cooked. Yeah, I guess kill the leader and they all fall, but I don't think that works. For the same reason that, like, All Might's death wouldn't have been the critical blow they thought. I think we're past that point of no return.
Our ejector seats were supposed to be disabled, but I'm guessing you fixed them, All Might.
And he also signed their autographs while he was doing it. Always a hero. You need to be watching this, though. You need to sit up and, like, at least take a look at what your kids are doing. I guess you can feel it.
You risked your life to
He
help
knows.
a friend. It spurred me into action.
Yeah, it's just been a crazy, very complicated circle with a lot of nodes.
You can do it!
And Ida launching him.
You can do it, hero.
I vaguely remember you from a movie, I think.
You remember our first day of school?
I do. Ida was very rules-based.
The hospital's not far. Hang in.
Uraraka also here in spirit. She saw it very early.
You've got this.
She was like the first believer, or one of the first believers.
But Mr. President, if All for One wins this battle, he would retaliate against— Who cares? Do it!
Yes, the president too. The president's on our side. I mean, it's the right thing to do. But like also, if you're missing the chance for attention in the spotlight, can you even call yourself America?
You've got this! You've got this! You've got this! You've got this!
Wow. Such a massive cast of characters too, and they're all behind us. It's paying off. Wow.
Ever since that day,
He's the same person, you know, but also how far we've
I've
come.
been the greatest hero that I've ever known.
Since that day. Oh, and the music. Oh, is it Mom?
Do your best! Izuku!
Damn. Mom stomached a lot for this too. Damn. Izuku Midoriya Rising. Man, I don't know. Seeing Mom made me lose it. Speaking of like unseen heroism, just letting her son participate in this at all and believing in his dreams, carrying all these fears all this time, so letting him live his dream, trusting in him and trusting in All Might to be able to witness this and to see it happen when she wanted so badly for him to have his dreams come true and to give him a quirk, you know. Speaking of early believers, she was maybe the first. Such a beautiful scene. This is how I thought it would go, you know. It's always been about all of them. It's always been we are the greatest heroes. It's simultaneously also Deku, right? It's inclusive. It's all true at once. But it feels like such a pure expression and such a payoff for all of their efforts, both individually and collectively, all in their own ways, and also all together for a single vision. And that's part of the episode.
It's his fault. No.
Still no honesty.
All of
Maybe
them
there's
were
a
behind
chance.
this scheme.
Right.
As individuals, they're pathetic. Hardly worth my notice. But
There it is.
After 2 years, this is a bit stronger than what the 8th hit you with! Now you're facing the combined power of all 9 of us!
Wow. And the statement too, the trash talk, just eviscerated. I don't envy you. Oh my god, is this really happening?
Is it really over?
Right? Yeah.
yet.
Okay.
Not finished.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want more, so.
You won't rob me of victory. Especially when I haven't achieved anything.
Nice self-own there, but okay.
My dream will come true, not yours.
What dreams?
There can only be one Lord of Evil.
I mean, you can have it. Fine, you're right. Congratulations. You can be the #1 Demon Edge Lord. You too play your part.
They'll become my new vessel.
One! Enough already!
Even Deku, the most charitable man to ever live. Tired of All for One's crap. This is where Deku draws the line.
I must protect Tomura Shigaraki. It is
That's fine.
duty.
Yeah, I mean, if he's still in there, let's get him out.
Give back Tomura Shigaraki.
Yeah, he's still in there, right? He's not dead. He's just a little bit broken.
His friend is waiting for him.
Is that even possible to imagine? Do I dare dream? Yeah, there he is! I knew he wasn't gonna miss this. No way.
Todoroki did help.
He would
with the
never
ski
live that
jump.
down.
Don't you dare let me surpass you! Izuku!
That's a really beautiful thing to say and amazing from Bakugo. Again,
I don't think you're a monster beyond understanding. I know because our facts
we're stating it.
aligned.
We're stating it. Yeah.
You are dear to me.
There it is. Okay.
You are no demon lord.
This is amazing. Oh my god.
You're mine.
You loved him. The shattering of that illusion.
You're nothing but a sad,
True, true. Oh, this is such a long time coming. This is such great insight from Deku too. He's human. We can't write him off as just like, well, he's something else. You know, he's evil. No, he's just a human being. Deku seeing him for what he really is. You're not even a demon edgelord. You're just an edgelord. A sad, sad edgelord. Now that the threat is gone, I really hope that you can find peace.
He managed to tweak his power so that the tiniest spark would be left after the transfer.
Wow.
You belong to me! Keep looking at me! I want to see your eyes!
You have a chance here. You have one last chance to get it right.
I won't allow it! I love you!
You have to let go.
I truly do!
Speaking of weakness.
Don't you know I'm nothing without you!
Wow.
Brother,
We know. We see it.
I'm not the only one. The ninth awakened.
We're coming for you. It's a long time coming also. And Shigaraki also here. Shigaraki not too happy with you right now. The tag team punch too. Are we holding hands?
You kept me from fading away, right? Grandmother.
We did save him. In a way.
You were right about me. I really am just a crying child.
That's alright.
I couldn't even destroy your hands.
Not permanently. Oh man, I don't want him to die. But I mean, at least we have this closure. At least we have the salvation of his soul. At least we got to the bottom of it. I love that this extended to All for One and not just Shigaraki. It would have been so easy to discard him as just the monster, the MacGuffin evil. That's too convenient. It's too convenient for a show like My Hero Academia. Too convenient for Deku. The show has stated in its way over and over again. The heroism, the virtues, they're non-negotiable. And they're not things that sometimes apply when it works. They are things that always apply if they're real. It wouldn't have been a big deal if the show didn't go that route because it's a work of media, but I'm so happy that it is that all the way down, through and through to its core, to the very end.
I can never forgive the pain you caused. That's why we had to fight. I wanted to stop you. And for you to stop yourself.
Right. Also, love is not the same thing as acceptance.
The chain of sorrow.
There are a lot of things to differentiate and dissect here. You being in pain doesn't make what you're doing okay. Me loving you doesn't mean I don't oppose what you're doing. It's crazy hard to always keep those distinctions, right? But those distinctions can exist. There's that saying of hate the sin, not the sinner. It's a challenge, right? But rising to challenges is the essence of being a hero.
Izuku Midoriya.
Ugh.
If Spinner is still alive...
And he thinks of his friend.
Yes. Destroy what you did.
He's smiling. We gave him a smile. I can't believe this is it. I can't believe this is happening. And his fist is in the air still. This is the moment. Whoa. Man, I can't even put it into words. It's beautiful. It's perfect. I mean, no notes. Amazing. It was all here. The characters showed up in the way the show showed up, you know? All of these things were built painstakingly, brick by brick from the beginning, and they all came together here. I thought we had a little more of like the fighting time. All of a sudden, everything's over. All for One's gone. Shigaraki's saved in his way. I also like that, if I'm understanding it correctly, there's a part of it where he sacrificed himself for some sort of good, right? Like he was taking out All for One, who was his abuser and destroyer. And unfortunately, they happen to share the same body. I like that the final strike is not only Deku, right? But it's everyone. Literally everyone, right? It's the support of his classmates and allies behind him who both emotionally and physically pushed him forward to this point. Not just in this moment, but like in the history of all their relationships. That's sort of the horizontal line. And then on the vertical line, you have all the wielders of One for All, who all sacrificed their lives in one way or another with the vague hope that someday this would be realized. And Shigaraki, who is the embodiment of pain and suffering, rechanneled here through that energy into something positive, all kind of coming together for the final blow in a way that isn't even hateful or vindictive. It does a really great job, despite being visual media, dissecting the various components and being really clear on what's what. So like, yeah, we oppose All for One. All for One's actions were evil, and Shigaraki's actions were evil. And also, they're human. And also, we can sympathize with them. And that gets increasingly easier and more obvious as the problem sort of gets nullified, right? Speaking of getting stuck on material or emotional pitfalls that distract us from, the larger things we know to be good. As soon as All for One is rendered useless and helpless, we're like, yeah, he's just a sad, lonely dude, who loved his brother, even though it came out in a very, very warped form. We can understand it. And we can even maybe push ourselves to love All for One, as difficult as that might be. It's in the name, right? It's one for all. It's not one for all but you, I don't think they stated it. Maybe it'll come later, but I really think this ends up being all for all, right? It ends up being everyone for everyone. That's the strongest web. I think that's the reunion. It all returns to a single point. The real singularity. It's not powers. It's a singularity of spirit. There's just too much to mention, man. There's just too much in this episode. Just frame by frame, every moment. Moments that especially broke me. Mom being there. I didn't think about that or expect that, but it works so well. Bakugo showing up is beautiful and also kind of hilarious. Bakugo wouldn't miss this. Aizawa leading Class 1A, Uraraka cheering from the hospital. That hand grab from Ida, who I thought was his brother at first, just because of the physical glow up. The Endeavor, Todoroki back-to-back, but then saying we are here. This is the pinnacle of media accomplishment. I don't know what else there is. What else can I ever want? Just in time for Christmas. Actually, wait, there's one more thing. My Hero Academia, you have done so much for me already. If it's not too much to ask, please give Eri another school festival, or at least give us a little time to enjoy some peace, because man, I think they've earned it.